Cricket is a game of inches and moments, and you have to take charge of that. If you don't, that can be the difference between winning and losing. You have to believe that you are better than your opponent. And it doesn't matter what it feels like, because once I put on the clothing, it's like putting on that Superman suit. It's go time. When you put on the clothing, you are the best version of yourself. And whatever you've done before that doesn't matter anymore. Once I'm standing at the top of my mark and I'm challenging the batter on the other side, I know that I am better than him in my mind. Then half the battle is kind of won already. This ball goes for 6. There's not much you can do about it. You have to focus on the next one. Because if you're still thinking about the 6 that you just went for, you could potentially go for 6 again. The name of the game is to forget very quickly and move on as fast as you can. And if you can do that, you'll overcome a lot more. But if you can't, then you kind of live with that baggage for a long time, and it can kind of drain you and sink you down. For a long time, I felt like that responsibility was mine. But then being able to get over it, speaking to people and noticing and realizing that there were other moments in that game that we as a team should have grabbed, and potentially that's where we lost the game. You don't want to show weakness. When I shook every New Zealander's hand, I said, "Great game, well done," with a big smile on my face. And the moment I walked into the dressing room, I looked around, I could see there was a lot of young players that were feeling it. And I thought, I gotta be strong here. You know, I gotta smile, I gotta go around and tell them it's okay, tomorrow the sun will come up, there'll be another opportunity, I promise you. And be that person. And then the moment you get into your room, that's where you're allowed to release. And when I got into my hotel room, it was just, you know, I broke down, you know, and it was that kind of, it hits you that heavily. And then the next day you do wake up, you know, and the sun does come up and you start to make new plans about where we're going and what are we doing. It's important to act the part towards your opposition, you know, and play the part. You know, I want to be the mean fast bowler, and I play that part. When I walk off the field, I am who I am, you know, and I think that's where I've managed myself pretty well in that space.
That's out. Dale Steyn taking his 4th wicket.
As long as I'm on a cricket field, I want to be better than the guy that's on the other side. So that competitiveness is always going to be there. There will always be this hunger to just be better than the opposition and to be better than my teammates. If I have that kind of mentality, I'll drag them with me because they'll be competing against me.
Rabada again.
I'm a massive KG fan, and if Faf had a choice of who he was going to give the ball to, he'll give it to KG 9 out of 10 times, and rightfully so. He is the guy that's owning the moment right now. But that only just makes the fire inside me burn more to get his attention and try and do it. And like when I do get the ball back, it will do the same thing to KG, and he'll take his game to the next level.
He comes back into the attack and delivers once again.
I didn't need to be taught how to do visualization because I skateboarded when I was younger. So then when it moved to cricket, that was like, oh, this is easy. You know, I've been doing that for years. And cricket's not that bad. The worst thing that can happen is I get hit for a boundary. You know, the worst thing that could happen when I was skateboarding is I could snap my leg. I don't want to snap my leg. So when it came to cricket, it was a lot easier to be able to implement that. So I break the nets down into different phases. Sometimes I go to the nets and I don't really care who's batting. If there's a left-handed batter, say it's Quinny de Kock, but I'm playing against a left-handed batter from Australia, then that's who I've got in my eyesight. I imagine how they would play a particular ball, and I don't care what Quinny does. As long as I'm landing the ball where I want to, specifically to that player, I'm quite happy. So Quinny might flick it for 4, but I know the other guy might be struggling on his pads or whatever it is. And then another phase, I'd go to the nets where I know I'm going to go and work on something very specific, like an in-swinger that I haven't been able to do for a while and it's become a bit of a weakness, and now I'm specifically working on that. And then other times I go to the nets to just have fun. And I don't care what happens. You know, I can bowl and get smashed and everything like that, but I'm going to the nets to have fun. I want to remind myself why I play the game, and it's to have a lot of fun.
This is 100th wicket for Dale Steyn.
200 wickets in Test match cricket for Dale Steyn.
Bowling! And what a way to bring up 300. Outstanding.
Instant gone. He's got his 400.
Edge and gone. 422 for Dale Steyn.
And he gets that wicket that he's been searching for, the one that takes him top of the pops. Long live the king.
I guess I always want to do the job myself, you know. I don't want to rely on somebody else to do it for us. Everyone wants to be the hero at the end of the day. If there is a moment where it requires somebody to step up, I generally want to put my hand up and be that person.